To get regular updates, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon. Hello friends, this is Manohar Veera from ExamBin, and in this session we are going to see about historical background of Indian Constitution. We will be looking at how East India Company and British slowly built the framework of Indian polity to enable Indian administrators after independence by 1947, tweaked it and brought their own version after independence to India. Before 1947, India was divided into two main entities, the British India, which consisted of 11 provinces, and the princely states ruled by Indian princes under subsidiary alliance policy. The two entities merged together to form the Indian Union, but many of the legacy systems in British India is followed even now. The historical underpinnings and evolution of the Indian Constitution can be traced to many regulations and acts passed before Indian independence. Indian democracy is a parliamentary form of democracy where the executive is responsible to the parliament. The parliament has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Also, the type of governance is federal, that is, there is separate executive and legislature at center and states. We also have self-governance at local government levels. All these systems owe their legacy to the British administration. Let us see the historical background of Indian Constitution and its development through years. Going forward, we will be seeing too many acts and their enactment years. Please note it down. Around 1600 AD, Britishers came to India for trade, and for large part, they were from East India Company, which has exclusive access to India for trade from Britain. The East India Company was founded in the year 1600 for pursuing the trade with South Asia and Southeast Asia. But the East India Company traded mainly in the Indian subcontinent and China. In the year 1765, the East Indian Company obtained rights over revenue and civil justice of Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa, which is otherwise known as Diwani. In the year 1858, after the Sepoy Mutiny, British Crown took direct responsibility for the government of India. This rule continued till India got independence in 1947. We will now be exploring what happened between 1600 and 1947 one by one. The first in the list is the Company Rule, and the first act we are going to see is the Regulating Act of 1773. These two acts laid the foundation for the centrally administered India, and for the first time, political and administrative functions of the East India Company were recognized by the Parliament of British. This is regarded as the first step taken by the British government to control and regulate the activities of East India Company in India. Features of 1773 Act. The Governor of Bengal was designated as the Governor General of Bengal, and the Executive Council of the four members were created to assist the Governor General. The first Governor General of Bengal was Lord Warren Hastings. Governors of Bombay and Madras presidencies subordinate to the Governor General of Bengal. The Act enables establishment of Supreme Court at Calcutta in the year 1774. The Supreme Court comprised of a Chief Justice and 3 other judges. This Act prohibited the servants of the company from engaging in any private trade or accepting presentations or gifts or bribes from the native Indians. The 1773 Act strengthened the control of British government over the company by requiring the court, the directors to report on its revenue, civil and military affairs in India. The 1781 Act of Settlement passed by the British Parliament to rectify the defects of 1773 Act. The next act we are going to see is Pitt's India Act of 1784. The Pitt's India Act distinguished between commercial and political functions of the company. The Court of Directors entrusted with the responsibility to manage commercial affairs of the company. The Board of Control was entrusted with the responsibility of political affairs. Thus, the Pitt's India Act established the dual government, that is, double government system. The company territories in India were for the first time called British possessions in India. With this, we have come to the end of this short session on the introduction of Indian polity, historical Indian polity, and in next session we will be seeing about two important acts, that is Charter Act and Government of India Act, which started the Crown rule in India. Stay tuned to Examine by subscribing to our notifications. Thank you.